Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Nurul ALVIANI Azizah. I'm student in 11 Maret University Prodi Science Education. I want to tell you about my article. My article is analysis of teachers' ability in planning and implementing learning on vibration, wave, and sound submaterials. First, introduction. Development and skills in education in this 21st century era. There were many changes globally, but in terms of way of life, information, knowledge, and technology. This change will lead to many new demands in the world of education. In education, 21st century skills can be developed such as thinking skills, collaboration, communication, and creativity. In addition, the teachers has the important role that direct the 21st century skills. Teachers have a very important role in realizing national education goals that are tailored to schools, students, and environment. Teachers must be able to design their own learning plans based on the curriculum that has been created by the government. Lesson plans have benefit in the teaching learning process is as a direction for activities in a goal. If an achieved type in a regulation, the data and authorities for each element involved in the activity. Lesson plan will determine the quality of learning carried out. If planning is good, then learning will to be good too. A good learning process is a process where learning is fun, students have active control on learning, creative, and be able to solve problems. Give or to learning can also be supported by learning models delivered by the teachers. And then methodology. The research is descriptive. The research data, primary and secondary. The primary data involve the assessment of lesson plans and observation of the learning implementation. The secondary data are lesson plans, teachers, and student interviews. Population and sample is 3 science teachers and 3 lesson plans in class 8 of junior high school in the city of Surakarta. And then result and discussion. The results show that the teacher's ability to listen plans using the teacher's performance. Assessment 1 on Indonesia IPKG 1. Get the scores 77.97% in the quiet good category. In figure 1, score a quotient of lesson plans 1, 2, and 3. And then, while the average percentage for each lesson plan indicator are explained in Table 1. Table 1 indicator of lesson plan score. Based on the table 1 above, it shows that the lesson plans indicator that have a highest gap are the objective, method, and procedure, with learning object 3.27, learning method 2.38, and procedure 8.95. Lesson plan is not in accordance with the syllabus, and syllabus for education now 3.11, analyzing the concept of vibration, wave, and sound of vibration and sound in daily life include the human hearing system and sonar system in animals. And 4.11, presenting the result of experiment on vibration wave and sound. And then, while implementing learning using the teacher's performance assessment tool, the ability to implement learning scores 79.5% in the quiet good category. This is for figure 2. Learning and implementation score for teachers 1, 2, and 3. While the percentage of learning implementation indicator is explained in table 2. This is for initial activity, core activity, and activities. In presenting material in class, the learning steps is not according with the planning steps that have been prepared in the lesson plans, so that the material present is only on basic competence, just 3.11, while 4.11 is not done. In these learning activities, learning still depends on teachers. While tell students to be positive in learning so that 21st century student skill is not optimal. The learning material used are science books published by the Ministry of Education and Culture and student worksheets learned by schools. Based on teacher and student interviews, when learning is rarely the carry-out practicum activities due to limitation of tools and laboratories. Because of laboratories are used for classroom, in these learning activities still depend on teachers. So should shouldn't not student learning but teacher centered learning. The teachers usually act as facilitator to help students. If students are active, then in learning they can recognize, design, and develop new activities for themselves and each other with the aim of meeting and the learning of students individually, especially the need for the need of the 21st century skill. And so as otherwise, if students to passive, then there's a tendency that appear of usually difficult for students in understanding and develop its activities. And then conclusion. The conclusion in this study in the research is percentage the teacher's ability in planning learning is 77.90% is quite good category, while the implementing learning 79.5% in the good category in quite good. Learning is not accordance with the lesson plans. Learning is still a teacher center and 21st century skills are still are still lacking.